Welcome back to the VYBE Guys podcast. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Brent.
And we are the VYBE Guys. Hey.
I'm Jaren, actually. Just figured I'd keep the consistency of the podcast alive, you know what I'm saying?
It's just me and you today.
The Black Podcast.
Hey. It's February.
Yeah, it's, you know, whatever.
Whatever.
And then next week, you're getting the White Podcast because me and Brandon are not going to be here.
Not at all. Where are you going?
I'm going home to New York for a week.
No
Where
way.
are you going?
I'm going home to New Jersey for a couple days. Hey.
That's pretty close, actually.
It is. You know, we right there.
Why you didn't have to do this? No, don't you dare. By the way, and I just wanted to do a little presentation for everybody real quick. This is a Me and You episode. This is fine. There's no hostility. You know, we're good.
I want to keep the peace.
We're keeping the peace this episode. However, I have been doing something this last week because, you know, we went to SummerSlam and I wore the Ulafala, the red Ulafala, popularly used by Roman Reigns.
Of course.
And a lot of people in Cleveland Brown Stadium have the same thing as me. And, you know, I'm better than these, you know, people. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I'm tired of pretending like there's not a hierarchy in, you know, the life. You know, I'm up here just a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. And you know, I'd hate to be some kind of carbon copy of the tribal chief because I'm not the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? That's a Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa type thing. That is not me. I'm the final chief. And I think that I needed something to represent the final chief. And look at all this gold that I have over here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of gold. There's gold around my neck. There's gold on my table. You know what I'm saying? This is my table, by the way. And so I just figured that, you know, and we also, because Aaron and Brent and even you like to make fun of the Ulafala name all the time, calling it the whatever, the awful, the Gugalonga. We'll have a funny name for this one. I like to call this the Gulafala.
The Gulafala.
Because I have taken my old one and have made it all gold permanently. From now on, this is a
cup
gold
of
red. You know, the project is not completely finished. Spray paint does not like to fucking stay for just a couple of minutes. But, yeah, this is my new wear. So during the Draft Wars videos, I will have this donned around my neck. But for the podcast, this will be around my belt, my championship. I was gonna say I don't know what I'm gonna do when I don't have a title, but it's not gonna happen because I will always have a title.
Oh yeah, get ready for the crash out.
Oh,
you're ready for the crash out.
It'll be immense.
I'm winning in the next Draft Wars video. I'm taking my championship back.
That's interesting because a lot of people have said that the last couple of weeks. I've heard that a couple of times from two other people. So
they're liars.
Yeah, okay, they're liars. Well, Helly, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing? Did you watch the Raw? Did you watch SmackDown?
I watched both.
Oh,
you know,
let's
people
go.
think that listen, I know sometimes some people don't watch certain segments on the show, but people sometimes have the thought that like we don't watch it and we're doing a wrestling pod. We definitely do watch it. Just sometimes we forget. Monday was a long time ago.
You know, it was.
You know
and,
what I'm saying?
you know, sometimes we're a little busy. You know, I know the boys be watching football. You watch football as well. You know,
yep.
Sometimes you got to pick and choose. Sometimes when I don't watch it, I just watch on YouTube. I feel like that's a great way to catch up. I did watch RAW and SmackDown this week on TV.
Oh, sure, stuff like that. You get preoccupied. Sometimes you just kind of lose your memory based off of
outside factors.
You know what I mean? So
as Liv and Don would say, they have a common interest, and they did not explain what that common interest was.
could be butt stuff. You don't know. They're in a relationship. They have a common. You never know. They discovered they have a common interest now that they're together.
I don't even know where to go with that one.
So what happened on Raw this week?
Wait, okay. I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
So Santi asked a good question on Twitter, and I wanted to ask it to you.
Okay.
So he asked, in 30 years, do you think Triple H will be most remembered for his in-ring wrestling career or his WWE executive career?
That's interesting. I think it depends on how long he is an executive for. You know what I mean? Like the writer, just because like you look at The Rock and a lot of people like us will remember him as a wrestler because that's kind of our world. But a lot of people that aren't wrestling fans look at him as, you know, the movie star. You know what I'm saying? And even when he comes back, I look at him more of like a celebrity that's in wrestling rather than like, oh, this guy is a trained professional wrestler that like has done this forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think right now I remember Triple H as wrestlers because that's kind of what I grew up with. And I think that for me will always be the case. But I think publicly, I think as time goes on, I think the executive role might be more remembered by them. Because, I mean, no one talks about Vince being WWE champion. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story because he wasn't an actual wrestler. But, you know what I'm saying? Nobody remembers him for like his commentary days. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the chairman.
That's a good point.
He was the chairman for so long. So you never know. Time will tell. Time will tell. For now, I think wrestler. But I think long term, maybe executive.
Yeah. I think like fans like us who obviously saw his wrestling career will always think of him as a wrestler. And then I feel like newer fans who are younger will think of him as an executive instead of a wrestler. Because I remember when I was growing up, but way before I got into wrestling, I knew The Rock as a movie star before he was a wrestler. So like I remember when I first started watching wrestling and The Rock like returned on Raw and he cut a promo, I was like, oh, what the fuck is The Rock doing here? And I'm like, oh. I figured out like a day later. My friends are like, are you fucking dumb?
I think that's actually an interesting question because I mean I think everybody's answer will probably be different. Yeah,
I agree. I think for the most part he will be remembered as a wrestler even in 30 years.
Okay.
No matter what he does as a WWE executive, just for the sole fact that he's like a 14-time world champion. You know, he's like cemented in like WWE history. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting question.
14-time world champion for now. Just wait till he gets a little tired of seeing all these younger guys getting out there and having the spotlight. Hopefully he'll be back. He might not be able to take a bump, but he can pin somebody.
That's true. That's true.
You know, completely off topic. I watched earlier this week a promo I did years ago. 2K19 did the $1 Million Challenge. You remember?
Oh
this?
yes. Oh my God. That was so fun.
And it was won by Stefan, who was Aaron's partner in the $1 Million or in the Hall of Champions thing. Fuck both of them, by the way. But you had to like submit a promo for them to consider you to be like in that final part of the challenge. And I beat the thing and I put a promo up and I was so excited because 2K messaged me to put me on their social medias and stuff before, like in anticipation for the tournament final. I was like, oh my God, I might have a chance of winning or getting $1 million shot here. And they didn't pick me, but it's okay. But I went back and I watched the promo that I made. I was 19 years old. And I made a promo. I still had blonde hair. I was wearing an AJ Styles shirt, talking smack to him, holding the Universal Championship when it was still red.
Oh my!
It is the worst promo I've ever made. In my entire life. It's still up. I don't know if it's unlisted or not, but you can find it. If you go to the 2K Games social media accounts and you type in Jaren on their profile, it'll pop up. It'll be the only thing that pops up, and you'll be able to watch my horrible promo. I literally said, and because the prompt was why you think you're going to beat AJ Styles and win the $1 million. My rationale for that was, well, he's a wrestler, so he's not going to have time to practice. I don't really have any time on my hands.
That's valid, though.
You know what I mean? So I had time to practice. It was good in my head when I was 19 years old, but I'm sitting here 6 years later as a 25-year-old man, damn it. I've come a long way. I feel like I've come a long way. I
want to see that promo now.
Yeah, little embarrassing tidbit from this last week.
I don't remember if I cut a promo or not because I remember wanting to apply for it. I just don't remember if I did. Or maybe I recorded one and I was like, nah.
Okay, well, why don't you tell the people right now why you're going to beat AJ Styles and win $1 million?
I'm going to beat AJ Styles because he's a wrestler and I have nothing else to do.
I think that's fair.
I think that's extremely valid.
I think that's extremely valid.
Maybe not great for a promo, but valid.
Sure. Guys, I have no time on my hands. AJ Styles does.
He's going to get dog walked.
He's going to get dog walked. And then somebody who had no time on their hands beat him and won $1 million. So
that's true. That's true.
What, anything else going on in wrestling world? Is there any news or anything you want to talk about?
So Raw, when that goes to Netflix in January, SmackDown on USA now is going to be 3 hours.
I saw that. And so we talked about this, I think it was last week, because Raw is getting changed to 2 hours on USA before it goes to Netflix, which is weird because the USA is now making SmackDown 3 hours and Raw on Netflix will also be 3 hours from now on. Why is it all of a sudden going to 2? Is there like a TV thing that's going on with that? Because that just looks like it's a bad thing for them.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe like, I'm just guessing. I have no facts behind this. Maybe it's like USA trying to ease people into Raw not going to be on the platform anymore by cutting it down an hour. Or maybe they just want to, since they are leaving, maybe they just want to give another show that time slot.
Okay.
I have no clue.
That's
but I thought it was strange. Like, why cut it down to 2? Because I assume once Raw goes to Netflix, it's gonna be 3.
It's gonna be 3. Yeah, no, like officially, it's gonna be 3.
Yeah, so like think about this. Raw's 3, SmackDown's gonna be 3, so that's 6 hours. And then if we have a PLE, that's 9 hours.
And NXT as well.
Oh my, yeah.
Dude, make NXT 3 hours. no one ever said that when it goes to the CW, it's gonna be 2 still.
That's true.
No,
imagine if it went to 3. What would they even do at that point?
Fucking Eddie Thorpe versus some schmuck. You know, no offense to Eddie Thorpe. Let's move on. No, but I've never personally hated. I talked about this last week. I never really hated the 3 hours thing. I know people do, and it's valid because it's a lot of wrestling. But as somebody that has no time on their hands, I'm a big fan.
I'm okay with it being 3 hours. Like I prefer my wrestling to be 2, but I'll never complain about wrestlers getting more opportunities to be on TV. So I think and like we're already used to 3 hours anyway. Like the extra hour isn't gonna be shit for real. But for those who watch like AEW too, that's a lot of wrestling in 1 week. That's so much wrestling.
Sometimes they'll have WWE and AEW will have a pay-per-view on the same weekend.
Oh my God,
it happened earlier this month, I think. All Out, and then no, I'm lying. Or and NXT No Mercy, yeah. It happened on the same weekend. Yikes.
It's a lot of fucking wrestling.
Am I lying? No, it might have been All In and No Mercy. I don't know, one of those.
One of them.
One of them.
And especially if like you're going to those shows too, that's a lot of time to be at those shows.
Yeah, it is.
Which is not a bad thing, because I mean, if I'm gonna go to like a concert or a wrestling show, I would hope to be there for a little longer than like 2 hours. Just, I'll spend all this money, might as well go.
Right, damn right.
Might as well chill.
You stand on that stage, Dua, damn it. I just realized I've been saying no time on my hands. It's time on my hands. I have time on my hands.
That is a good, yeah.
Yeah, I've completely.
So I even said it.
So yeah, right. So every joke we've made for the last 20 minutes has not made sense.
Hey, that's all right. You know what we meant.
Yeah, of course.
What happened on Raw this week, Jaron?
Well, on Raw, CM Punk opened the show. CM Punk opened the show. He cut a pretty dark-ass promo.
It was pretty heavy.
Yeah. He was like, hey, I'm not going to promise I'm going to kill Drew McIntyre, because I can't really promise that, because I don't know if I can kill him.
Legally.
But I will make him bleed. And this could be my last match. So please be prepared for it to be my last match. I was like, all right.
Punk literally said, this was a quote. He said, I am prepared to die. That is what he said.
I'm not.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling with life for now. You know what I'm saying? It's not
I like
worth
life.
It. The man, right. No, the man took a bracelet off your wrist. You trying to kill him?
I mean, it just say Larry and AJ. Did you see all the controversy with the bracelet?
Yeah, and I would be a little pissed off if I was this girl, because she made the bracelet for Punk. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
And he has been wearing it even I think the day of WrestleMania.
Yeah, he wore it that day.
On the show and everything. And they made it into a storyline where Drew has his bracelet. He broke the bracelet. What was that, last week? And I mean, a part of me feels bad for this girl, because like, she, gave him a gift and it got destroyed. Some people are saying it's the fake one, but at the same time, it's like, if I gave, mind you, everybody's different, but if I gave like a wrestler a gift and it was used in a storyline for months, and it's like the focal point of something, and it was a big angle where it got broken, it was a big, like, oh my God, how could you do that? That's fucking awesome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, everybody's valid to feel how they feel, because I mean, if you really put some thought into it, but you can like make another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think she was like
couple beads, couple strings,
couple beads. Because like if I made a bracelet and they used it just like how they did and they broke it, like for me, I'd be like, okay, I don't mind that they broke it. Like I made it for you. He wore it a lot. Whatever. I think she was more upset that they sold it on WWE Shop. And it was like the exact same one. And she's like, hey, yo.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. That's
crazy. That's
crazy.
That's crazy. Like WWE, I feel like they could have just given her royalties, or just be like, here's a ticket to the next pay-per-view or something, right? Or like acknowledge her in some way. But then they got so much controversy that they took it down and then just put CM Punk on the bracelet instead of Larry and AJ. So it's still a little bit of a rip, but
you can't use, you're not using the likeness anymore. It's different words on it. Yeah, I don't know. WWE's always been slimy when it comes to stuff like that. So I definitely understand the outrage that would come behind it, because I mean, if she made something like that and they're using her artwork, it is technically an art piece.
Yeah.
maybe she should get at least some kind of some kind of designer credit or something.
Yeah, so I feel like credit goes a long way. Just be like, hey, thanks to this, I forgot what her name is, but thanks to this creator who made it.
All right.
Something.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd want to take it to WrestleMania, but
that's true. And to be fair, listen, we got bracelets at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Shout out Grace, by the way.
Shout out Grace.
She was so nice to us I will always say there was no reason that like she knew she would see us in that stadium.
Yeah. It was so random.
But she had the bracelets on deck. And the reason I bring that up is because if somebody broke that bracelet that I have it on the bobblehead in my office, I'd be pissed.
No, same.
I'd be pissed. So you know what? I get it. You don't know unless you know. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people were saying CM Punk and Drew is like rivalry of the year. Do you agree with that?
Rivalry of the year.
So far.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I'm going to go Swerve and Hangman. From AEW, okay. I mean WWE specific storylines.
I mean, it could be anything.
If we're going WWE specific, I'll go Cody Roman. Okay. Because I think Drew and Punk is up there. It's not like I'm like trying to be like not even close. It's close, but I don't have that same feeling like I did earlier this year.
Fair. Even with Cody and Roman doing that promo in Georgia Tech, we'll get to that later. But
I almost came. Brother. Sorry,
dude. That's definitely rivalry of the year, in my opinion, Cody and Roman. But Drew and Punk, I think it's my number 2. What else happened on Raw?
Jey Uso and Braun Breaker had another promo.
They did.
That's all Braun Breaker's been doing since he won the Intercontinental Championship. He fought Sami Zayn one more time, and it has been backstage promos forever. But he was in the ring. Jey Uso can talk. Man.
He can. Dude, I feel like this is the first. It's funny, too, because I was just like kind of complaining about it on the last podcast where like he can cut a promo, but they just have him say yeet all the time, which I got no problem with yeet. But like this time on Raw, when he's cutting a promo against Braun Breaker, I felt like we got that Uso Penitentiary Jey back. You know what I'm saying? He cut deep.
Yeet. Not one yeet.
He said that Braun's Intercontinental Championship reign will be short and sweet like his NFL career.
That's a good line.
That is.
It would have hit a lot more if I knew that Braun Breaker was in the NFL, because I did not know that about him. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Okay, so good line.
I think some people knew, some people didn't, because the crowd, like, it was like a kind of like a pause and then like oh kind of thing. So yeah. I think some people probably didn't know and was like, oh shit, that's still a good roast.
He sound like dog walk your ass. That's tough.
Fire bars.
That's bars. You know what I'm saying? Braun Breaker also goes out there every time he cuts a promo and he goes, "We got any dogs barking in this city? You're a heel." That's the most babyface shit ever, bro.
You can't help but bark, man. Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like heels do that in WWE though. Like they set them up so that when they become a face, that people do it. Because Roman's like, Sacramento, acknowledge me. That's such a face thing, or it's kind of a dick thing to do, but you know what I mean. Like when he becomes, or he is a face, when he starts saying that again, it's gonna get a big pop.
You know what the worst one of those is? When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Yo, you shooting at the Miz right now?
Bro, he did that for years.
He did.
It's not a good line. And I love the Miz. I think he's a very nice guy in real life. I think he's very discredited when it comes to a lot of the stuff that he's contributed to the business. That line is not good. That line is not good.
Bro, that line is like a guilty pleasure. Like, it's not good, but I think it's fucking hilarious when he does it. Because obviously it never fucking works. Like, who is going to actually shut the fuck up?
Well, I guess that's the point. You know what I mean? But what is the worst catchphrase of all time in wrestling? Because, I mean, we know about a lot of the good ones. There's a lot of iconic catchphrases out there, taglines, you know what I'm saying? But what are like some really like bad ones, or just ones that you personally are like, I don't like it?
Feed me more is up there.
Feed me more.
Feed me more. Like,
dude, 13-year-old me. I was loving some fucking Ryback, brother. Let me tell you something. Feed me more. That shit's awesome. That shit is so cool.
I did like his entrance when I was younger. Like he would do the fucking. I would do that every time he came out.
They should have given him the fucking title. I'm so serious. Before he became weird. And like he was having sex with Shrek on TikTok or something, whatever it was that he was doing. Ryback should have beaten CM Punk for the title. I don't give a damn. Have, Rock win it in some other way later down the line. But man, Ryback was so hot in 2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
He was so over, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, I'll never forget him making out with Shrek on TikTok. Like, no one needed to see that. No one.
And then he scripted his girlfriend, I guess, to come in there. Remember this? And she came up and walked in on them making out.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even see that part. I saw him smooching, and I saw this on a Reddit video. I saw him smooching Shrek, and at some point I just said, "That's enough." That's enough for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. A sicko like me watched the whole video, the whatever minute and a half
You're
it was.
Sicko.
Yeah, I'm a sick man. You know what I'm saying?
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
They made 5 of those videos.
5 of those?
Something like that. They made 4 or 5 of those videos of just Shrek coming in through a window and butt fucking somebody.
God, who doesn't love Shrek?
Somebody's listening to this in the car with their parents or something, and they're like.
All right.
I gotta turn it off. Did me and Brent make VYBE way more TV MA?
You know what? If you go back and watch the first couple of VYBE videos, we were already kind of out of pocket.
Okay.
You know, I feel like it's always been, this isn't PG.
Right.
Fuck.
There you go.
gotta just slide that in there.
No, of course. Oh, you sliding it in? Hey, what else happened on Raw, Brandon?
Xavier Woods.
Oh, hey.
Xavier Woods is pissed at Kofi Kingston. He's tired of the shenanigans.
I can't believe. So two things are going to happen here. They're going to break up, or Big E's coming back in some capacity, either in a managerial role or he's just going to come back. Hopefully the latter, but I assume, considering I feel like he's been honest about his progress, hopefully in a managerial role if he comes back at all. Yeah, dude, I'm sad.
Same, dude. It's bittersweet. Like we've talked about it before, but I'm ready for Woods to go on his own path and become a singles champion if that's what WWE has in store for him. I would love to see him win the Intercontinental Championship. And I think him turning on Kofi would get him that heel heat that WWE may be looking for. Because, I mean, it's the New Day. Everybody loves the New Day.
Do you think there's a possibility that there is no actual turn and this Xavier Woods is the one that we're going to be seeing from now on, where it's like he is still like he wants to be friendly, but like, you got to let me do my business? Maybe something like that. Because this is the first time they've even teased a breakup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be crazy if Woods just like attacked him.
Well, that's hard to answer because for years they've always said, like, you know, just like off of WWE TV that they don't want to break up, like they don't want to turn on each other and stuff like this. But with how pissed Woods has been in the past couple of weeks, and it's just like he's getting more and more angry as the week goes on. I wouldn't be shocked if he turned on him. And I just want to say this: Woods has valid points.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I do really like about this storyline, because like Woods got left in the dark when they had their tag title match against Judgment Day. The numbers game, of course, with the Judgment Day. LWO came out to help, but Kofi orchestrated that to happen because E is not here. And Woods is pissed that he didn't, for one, know the game plan. And he's pissed that he's like, oh, so it's just me and you. Like, E doesn't have to be here for us to be a dominant tag team. So, I mean, Woods got some valid points.
I love when a heel is right.
Yeah.
That makes the best heel. That's what makes Drew McIntyre a great heel right now. That's what made Roman Reigns a great heel. He's like, listen, I love you, but I need to beat everyone's ass because I run this shit around here. You know
For
what I'm
real.
saying? So I love the fact that he's like valid.
Yeah.
You know, because it makes it more heartbreaking because, like, damn, I understand. You know what I mean? But like, you're a boo.
Like those are the best villains in movies, wrestling, etc. Like if you can actually see where they're coming from, they don't necessarily have to be right, but if you can understand it, I think that makes for great storytelling. Like an example I have, even though he definitely wasn't right, Thanos was a great villain because like he wanted to wipe out half the planet so that the rest of the people could survive and basically have more resources, but you could just wish for more resources. You know what I'm saying?
You could wish for more resources, but no, he's right. We could go with 50% less people on Earth. not like me. You know, I'm gonna stay, and like us, I'm cool with us staying. You know what I'm saying? But like the state of Oklahoma, who the fuck? We don't need that. We can. There's a couple states we could just wipe out.
There's
you know
a couple.
What I'm saying? There's a couple. Oklahoma's one of them.
What's going on in Montana?
Wyoming. You know what I'm saying? No, sorry guys, if you live in any of those states, if I had the gauntlet, you'd be out of here. But hey, speaking of the New Day, did you see their segment with Diddy from about 10 years ago?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. I don't even remember what happened, but I do remember that Diddy was on Raw.
So Diddy was backstage eating bootios with the New Day, and then he out of all people, he puts his hand on Xavier Woods' shoulder, and he goes, "How's Biggie's nuts?" Because maybe there was like a story of him getting like hit in the nuts or something.
But of all people to say that, oh my God, and him eating bootios. Maybe that's why Xavier Woods is heel. He got the Diddy touch.
He got the Diddy touch. Mick Foley was also there for something. I think it was the general manager or something.
Oh, was this 2018? 29? Whatever.
Oh, I said 10 years ago. So yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a little while ago. Like maybe 6-7 years ago. Yeah.
If Mick Foley was the GM, when the fuck was that? That was like Universal title, red one.
Now that we've got like good wrestling now, anything from 2010 to 2022, I don't remember.
Fair.
I don't remember anything about it.
Choose to just ignore it. Put it in the back of the memory. Yeah. I choose not to remember that. Oh boy. All right, Bronson Reed and Braun.
The Diddy touch. I still can't get over that. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman. They fought all over the goddamn arena.
Bronson Reed fucking rules, by the way. He threw a fan at him.
Bro, I got tagged so much.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. That's so funny.
My Twitter and my Instagram, like, were just nothing but tags. Like, oh, I thought this was Brandon. Really?
Well, you know what's crazy? Seth Rollins, when he got attacked by a heavy-set, light-skinned fellow who was darker than me, by the way, I got tagged. So you remember this from a couple of years ago, where he got like he was on the ramp, Rollins, and he like got attacked from some crazy. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It didn't help that I was in the arena when that happened. It was in Brooklyn, but people were like, "Oh my God, this is Small Afro," and I'm like, "No."
What the fuck?
No,
they didn't even look like you.
No, it was just a heavy-set, darker guy. It's not even a dark. I mean, like, he's darker than me.
Yeah, I was somewhere in between us.
Sure. I was with my little brother watching the show when that happened. You know, it's profiling. It's alive and well. You know what I'm saying?
Why'd you beat up Seth Rollins?
I know. You know, Becky Lynch, she's kind of nice. I'm sorry. You know, I can go a podcast without being what do you even call it? Creepy?
I don't know if that's the word I would use.
No, not creepy, but horny. There we go.
Yeah, a little Guna.
Yeah, the Guna follow over here. God.
Shout out to Guna follow.
Yeah, shout out to Guna follow. What the hell were we talking about, by the way? Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get there? Oh, because the fan. Yeah. That wasn't even a joke that I had in my head until you said something. That's so funny that. You know, people are racist. I mean, listen, we've been doing this long enough. You know what I'm saying? Do you take that personally?
No. I just think, like, what the fuck? Because you didn't even really see his face.
No, right. Well, no, obviously. And that's like the joke. It's like a skinny black dude. This is Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Some people probably, were like, I get it because,
No, I don't take it personally. I think it's like a dumb what the fuck, and I laugh about it. Like, when I had like longer hair when I was a teenager, people called me Jimmy Butler all the time, and I was like, okay. And then what was the other one? When I was growing my hair out just a little bit, I got compared to Montez Ford a lot. I don't see that at all. Yeah, and now I'm a fan. They got thrown at Braun Strowman.
No, that's sorry you've been through so much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm struggling over here.
You are struggling just a little bit. But Bronson Reed, that I mean, it wasn't even a match, right? It kind of got thrown out.
Yeah, like I think like I don't even know if the bell rang, but like Braun and Bronson, that's gonna get confusing after a while. Strowman and Braun,
two worst people you could have had in the feud.
They've been having some fun. I'm not gonna lie. I think Braun Strowman is at his best when he's just fucking shit up.
Just flip stuff over. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Get out of the Twitter Spaces and flip all over golf carts.
Oh, I can't even see what he says in Twitter Spaces.
No, he just joins a lot of. Anyway, we'll talk about that off camera.
Blocked.
Blanchard blocked you on Twitter?
Yeah, it's valid though.
What did you do?
When he was during the pandemic, when he was shitting on people basically for not having a job,
Sure.
I was like, that's fucked up, and I got blocked.
I
mean, I went I didn't say anything wrong. I just went like a little like overboard with it. I don't remember exactly what I said. I'd have to find the tweet, but he a bitch for it. So that's basically the gist of it.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to find it right here. Oh shit. Is this it? Braun Strowman, you're a bitch. Take that nipple ring out, pussy. You'll never. The Indies would never hire you. Braun Strowman rule, or sorry, Bronson Reed rules. That was a tweet.
Basically,
from a long time ago, you said Bronson Reed rules.
Yeah,
it works now.
Why'd you throw a fan?
Why'd you throw a fan?
They went through a fucking wall.
Yeah, they did. Well, first of all, Bronson tsunami'd off of like whatever through like a table to like a standing Strowman. That shit was awesome.
Yeah,
that shit ruled. And then they went through a wall. I hope they have an actual match. I hope they break the fucking ring.
Oh my god, that's definitely where it's going. Maybe because I mean they broke the top turnbuckle.
Well, how do you do that now? Because I guess they just do like the superplex spot like they always do. But I think it would be nice if they mixed it up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like.
I mean,
I don't know.
I assume you could probably still do the same thing with the tsunami. Because how does that work? Like, what is the mechanism behind it? Like, do they just loosen the ring a little bit, and that's why they do the superplex spot? Because like all the weight dropping down and then it breaks, or is it more likely like someone just has like a fucking pyro button?
I'd assume it was a button.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I think it's very
risky.
It's risky. There's a big margin for error there. But I got it though. A tsunami off a ladder on Braun Strowman. I don't know if he can do that.
Got to bring the Big Show ladder out.
Yeah, I mean, well, not even that. It's just like a over 300-pound man falling like that from high. It's probably not the best thing for him to do because he might get hurt. But if you can do it,
fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball. Whatever.
Shane McMahon has jumped off higher.
That's true. He's also like 100 pounds.
Jeff Hardy's jumped off high.
That's true.
Don't be a bitch.
He's just a little over 100 pounds. Jeff Hardy.
I also quickly want to talk about Io and Bianca.
Oh my god,
they had such a good match on free TV, for free. Banger.
I listen. This is me being serious. I love when the women can go out there and have a long and a banger match on just a Raw or a SmackDown because we don't see it too much. Often. Even on pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the women's matches are like not cut short all the time, but like shorter and like not as meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Unless like you're a Rhea Ripley or something like that.
I mean, Piper never got pinned in less than a minute the other week, so I mean, it's valid.
By Mia Yim, which is not anything against Mia Yim. It's just like she shouldn't be beating Piper Niven in a minute and a half or a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, but no, they had a banger. They're both awesome. Two of the best women's wrestlers in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Bianca Belair is fucking amazing.
Fully agree.
Io Sky is just as amazing. I think in the Damage Control. And first of all, Io Sky won clean.
She did.
When was the last time you seen Bianca Belair lose normally?
I was not expecting that whatsoever, and I think that was the right choice.
It is the right choice. That shit is awesome. I love that they're able to do that. Because if this was 2021, Bianca would have won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Bianca is so good and so protected that it does not matter if she lost that match, especially to a former women's champion. You know, if it would have been like Mia, I'd be like, all right, what are we doing?
And it builds the heel turn from Bianca when she beats the shit out of Jade Cargill. It's coming.
I hope so.
It's coming. It's going to be a couple of months before it happens, but it's coming.
I would enjoy that very much. I'm just ready for the Bianca turn. I think... So, honestly, some of her best work is when she's heel. Like we only got a little bit of that in NXT, but she was fucking mean in NXT.
Oh my god, we never had heel Bianca on the main roster. Oh, dude, heel Bianca's awesome. I think it's way better than face Bianca in my opinion.
Honestly, I agree.
Face Bianca's over, but like
yeah,
you know.
I think she could do both roles very well, but I think heel Bianca is where she thrives for sure. Because like I don't know how else to describe it. This is gonna sound horrible, but like. Heel Bianca is just like very hood, very like I don't know what other.
She's like a mean girl.
Yeah, like a very hood mean girl, and I think it works very well. I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but I mean, it just reminds me of home.
I think if anybody in this podcast can say that, it's you.
Fair.
Second is me, sorta.
Hey, you got half.
Yeah, of course. This is a 75% black podcast.
And the next week it's the white boys.
Yeah, so they can't talk about this. This is the only analysis you're going to get from BD and Small Afro here on the VYBE Guys podcast. But no, I agree with you. Heel Bianca's awesome. I can't wait for that. Hopefully, they don't turn Jade heel. I think Jade is a good heel, but I think because she's new and she's probably going to be the one that comes out of that rivalry the winner, I think Bianca should be the one to turn heel for sure.
I agree. Who do you think is the face of the women's division in WWE?
Got to be Rhea.
Rhea?
Yeah, 100%. I think not even just the face of the women's division. I'd go as far to say she's top 3 face of the company. Because I can't, besides Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, who's bigger? I mean, John Cena, obviously, but in terms of full-time wrestlers, who's bigger than Rhea Ripley besides Cody and Roman?
But, you know, that's a great point. Because, I mean, bringing it to, like, their YouTube views, like, anytime Rhea is in a video, it pops. It pops like crazy. So that's a great point. Honestly, I'll have to agree with you. I think Rhea is the face of the women's division. Top 3, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, is she the face of women's wrestling in general?
I mean, probably, because, I mean, think about it. Like, out of all the popular women in WWE, they chose Rhea for Call of Duty. I mean, that says a lot. That says a lot.
Who are, like, the pillars of women's wrestling today? I think we talked about it, like, all time and everything like that, but, like, today, going across all companies, let's go American companies, just because there's a lot of wrestling in a lot of places, but Rhea's got to be on that. I guess Mercedes is on that as well. Yeah,
because I feel like no matter what people's opinions are of Mercedes, they're gonna watch her matches.
Facts.
You know, so I'd say Rhea, Mercedes, Bianca.
Yeah, and
maybe even Io.
Io, okay, that's not too bad.
I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Jordan Grace was in my head. I don't know if we put her on there, but
I think she's up there. I don't know if she's there yet.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I might have to say Io.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Shout out Io Sky.
Yeah, shout out Io.
She's awesome. Genuinely amazing. Is that it for Raw?
Yeah, unless you had anything else, that's really all I had from Raw. Besides, like, Gunther still, like, shooting down Sami Zayn's challenge for the world title. That's really about it, I think.
Is that a Survivor Series match? I want to see him in War Games, but if they're teasing it now, how are they gonna? Are they just gonna do? And they've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, okay, maybe this is a one-off type thing for like a match that they're gonna have later down the line. But no, they are building a Sami Zayn and Gunther like story here.
Yeah.
So
what are we, like 2 weeks away from Bad Blood?
Yeah. There's only one episode of each show left. No, I'm lying. There's 2 until Bad Blood.
I feel like they could still put it on Bad Blood, but I mean in a good way. I just don't know where they're going with this story yet. Like, I feel like the next Raw will determine if they're gonna wait until Survivor Series or do it at Bad Blood, or maybe. Or no, never mind. I forgot. It's not like one of these. I was gonna say like on our episode of Raw, but they're not doing it on Raw.
No, probably not.
Yeah,
and maybe Samuel will take it off him on the first Netflix episode.
Imagine.
I think they'll probably do something as big as a world title change maybe on that show. I don't know about Gunther, but maybe they'll Braun Breaker lose the title on that show.
Yeah, because I don't see Jay winning the title, unfortunately.
That's happening next week, isn't it?
That sure is next week.
It's happening next week. No, I don't see it. I think maybe now we start building the foundation for Jay being involved in the Bloodline storyline again.
Okay.
That's probably what's going to finish that match.
That's a good point.
I'd assume. Maybe Jimmy shows up and he's like, hey, listen.
Yeah, where the fuck is Jimmy?
I don't know. Rikishi posted some weird-ass thing the other day, which is like, and he's kind of been wild on social media in general when it comes to like speaking for the Usos or just like his family in general. And I get it because, you know, you're being a proud family member. You got to back your family. But like, I don't think there's a reason for it because they're not being treated badly. Jimmy is out for very specific storyline reasons, but he like tweeted as if he was like sick or something.
Yeah.
And it got a lot of people concerned.
It was a little cryptic.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't really like want to talk. Like, you won't see people really talk about like, okay, well, is something wrong with them? He's just like, hey, listen, you know, people are just like, hey, Jimmy's fine, but what happened is Rikishi is making everybody think that Jimmy Uso is sick, and that's kind of fucked up if that's not the case.
Right.
So I hope he's okay.
They're like, people are speculating all over the place, and I don't want to bring any speculations that are not like real because I don't want to make people worried.
No,
but,
of course.
Sean Ross Sapp did say, I believe it was Sean Ross Sapp. He said he got info and like Jimmy's fine, like, or like he's not sick or anything like that. Like he himself is fine.
I saw that, but like you can understand why people would think otherwise just because of what Rikishi said. But it's like, and if that is not the case, why would you tweet what you tweeted?
Right.
is weird. I don't know. That was weird to me. And not even have a follow up on it being like, hey guys, by the way, no, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just having people like, is he trying to get people to care more? Like, if so, that's not the right way to go about it.
I already care about seeing Jimmy Uso come back. You know
For
what I
real.
mean? So whatever. But they mentioned him on SmackDown, so
They did.
in some capacity.
Yeah.
Are we getting to that now?
Oh yeah, we can get into that right now. We don't have to go in order. We could talk about the goods.
This is one of the coolest things production has ever done. I think and there was two of these. There was two of these segments on this. One of them wasn't as good as the other one.
Hey, hold up now. Don't you be shitting on my girl Chelsea Green.
I love Chelsea. She is one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now. She's my top 4 women's wrestlers right now for sure. But this segment, the Roman Cody segment, was fucking awesome. Do you want to talk about what exactly happened?
Yeah, no, you got it. Take it away. Take it away.
So they met in Atlanta, Cody's hometown, on the Georgia Tech field, the field that Roman Reigns played on, and he said, listen, they had a face-to-face, listen, a cordial face-to-face. They don't like each other, and I love the consistency of, no, we have issues.
Yeah.
You beating me doesn't really change the fact that I do not like you whatsoever, but there's a bigger issue at hand. And Roman's like, listen, I need you to understand something. This whole place is mine. You in my home. This is my city. You know what I'm saying? I bled on this field. I sweat on this field. I cried on this field. And Cody's like, you played football here, brother. He was like, cool, sick. This is my home. My family has actually shed blood for this city, in this city. They went back and forth, kind of hostile, but kind of, just letting each other know, listen, I haven't forgotten, you know what I'm saying? But they've reached a common ground. Yep.
I like that Cody was like, this was one of my favorite lines from me. He was basically saying, I'm from here. This is my home. When you left Georgia Tech, you went back to the beach. I love that.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, Roman is from Florida. They're pretty close, but Cody is from here, brother. Like, I get where Roman was coming from. Like, you said it on my field, but, like, you in my state.
And even Roman was like, all right.
Yeah. He was like, all right, what do you want?
Well, that's the Roman Reigns character. He feels like everything belongs to him. Mm-hmm. The championship, the field, you know what I'm saying? WWE. But nothing belongs to him anymore. And that was also the point of this segment. Hey, listen, you're not the tribal chief no more. We got one. You're not the WWE champion anymore. We got one. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I'm here. And the reason that you should team up with me and trust me is because if we don't beat the bloodline, especially for you, then you're not the 10-time WrestleMania main eventer. You're not a multiple-time world champion. They called him the biggest box office attraction in professional wrestling history, which is a crazy line. Is that true? I think money-wise, that might be true.
I mean, I think it is.
Has Roman Reigns garnered more money if you take inflation into account?
Yeah, I think you have to take that into account.
Has he? Well, no. Cena's got to be the merch alone. He's got to be the biggest.
Well, when I think of, I don't know what goes into box office, but when I think of box office attraction,
ticket sales.
Yeah, I think about just pure pay-per-view ticket sales.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
What are people coming to see the main event for? And I think Roman, I think he is. Like, I would love to see actual data, but like, I feel like they have just made a lot more money in the past couple of years, and that they may have things to do outside of Roman's control as well, just like, like Nick Khan just making better business decisions. But at the same time, it's still a box office. They still came to see what the main event was, and everybody wanted to see if someone would finally beat Roman Reigns.
Now, this is more than Hogan, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to take inflation into account, because I mean, like, the money changes over time. So I think, like, just off of pure stats alone, just on paper, I think Roman Reigns probably is the biggest box office draw of all time in wrestling.
Probably. That's crazy.
Right?
And even have to say the N-word to do it on camera. But
I'd let him say it.
Yeah, well, a couple family members, I've heard him say it.
So, yeah,
couple fatus out there.
couple fatus.
They throw it around like it's fucking, like it's nothing. They say it as a comma.
That ass, though.
Yeah.
That ass. No, I like that. That's so true.
There's like 3 things I've said on this podcast I probably shouldn't have said.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, but you know what?
Couple fatus.
Couple fatus.
No, I like that Roman said this in the promo with Cody. He's like, he basically said Cody is dumb for taking this match. He's like, Roman lost his wise man, he lost Jimmy, he lost his bloodline, and he doesn't have his title. He has nothing to lose, and every single member of the bloodline have nothing to lose. Cody is the only one with something to lose, and I really like that element of the storytelling right there because, like, it's just in kayfabe. If the match doesn't go right and Cody gets his fucking ass whooped and he's hurt bad, you have the WWE title. What are you thinking? You just said you were done with the bloodline, and now you joined. That was dumb. I like that Roman brought that up.
See, but if Roman Reigns loses, he's already had everything stripped away from him. But now the line he dropped that I liked a lot was the guy that stands here now, not the box office guy, not the Mania guy, but the guy that they used to call Roman Reigns. That's who's going to be standing here if we lose a Bad Blood. And I think that's awesome. Roman's not only fighting to get some credibility back, but he's fighting for just him in general. Because if you lose, who's gonna care? You know what I'm saying? What do you have? You have nothing. You have nothing for anybody to care about. And I think that's a really good way to look at that story. They gave each other their word, and then in a really weird, seductive ending to this segment, Cody steps in front of Roman. And Roman's like, "You're in my way," and they got really close, like face to face. And Cody's like, because Roman said he's gonna come back and take Cody's title, and Cody goes, "It's not yours to take." And then they're face to face, and then like in fucking like Twilight, Roman's like, "You're in my way. You're in my way in life," and then he walks away, and the music drops, boom boom, and fucking big grandiose vocals start ringing out. It was kind of a corny ending, but everything else. They looked so cool. It was the coolest I've seen two wrestlers look in a very long time. Yeah, they look like movie stars.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it was presented. It felt like a scene in a show or a movie, and I would love to see more of that. I would absolutely love that. Like, not everything needs to be in the arena. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see them go other places. Like, they call it, obviously we're talking about the fans here, but they call it the WWE Universe. Just to expand on that, just because it's the WWE Universe don't mean you got to stay in the building. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. Facts. Absolutely.
And build that universe.
Build that universe. No, I'm so excited for that Bad Blood. Bad Blood is built.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that show. It sucks that we're not going to go to that show.
I know. Fucking in LA.
So if anybody wants to know, hey, is VYBE going to be there? No, we're not going to be there. But
it's going to be fun watching it on TV. Like, this is such a privileged thing to say, but I have not watched like a pay-per-view on TV a lot in the past couple of years, and I'm glad to just be home to watch it.
Fair. No, absolutely. And then there's a UFC show immediately after the WWE show.
Right.
We can watch it all here.
You betting?
You want to talk about the Chelsea Green segment real quick? Because it is like they are doing this style of stuff more, and we see a lot of this on NXT where they'll do like pre-recorded like segments, pretty high quality stuff. The Cody Roman one, that was really high quality, and even the Chelsea Green one, while it wasn't on the same level, I mean, obviously just for intensity reasons, I was crapping on it earlier, but I don't think this one was bad. It was humorous because it's pretty much Chelsea Green calling Mia Yim trash for a minute and a half. She's like sitting there doing like training and like a garbage dump.
Yeah, she's like doing dumbbell curls with trash cans. She's like, I don't know what it's called, but she's like stepping up on boxes, like box jumping basically.
There's like a noise coming out of the dumpster and like it's like knocking or whatever, and she's like, oh man, she's like, Meechin, is that you?
No, Chelsea Green is fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, she's so hot. So LA Knight faced Andrade for the United States Championship.
I want to talk about this for a minute.
You want to talk about the ending?
I want to talk about the beginning. Or did something awkward? No, it wasn't the beginning. It was the spot that LA Knight goes for on the top rope. I don't want to shit on botches. Botches happen, right? But that is such a risky move. And is that something LA Knight should probably take out of his moveset? Because it's not the first time he's like messed it up. And I feel like there's just a lot more room for error than there is reward. They recovered extremely well, though. Like Andrade just like pushed him off, and LA Knight like moved out of the way. And Andrade took the bump like he should have just taken the bump like off the suplex. So they recovered extremely well, but I feel like that might be something to take out of the moveset.
He's been doing it for a long time. I think, you know, there is a big risk when you do a move like that because LA Knight's a big guy. He's a big motherfucker. He can get up there, though.
He can.
I think as long as he can, I mean, it's stuff like that's just going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I feel like haven't seen him mess it up too much. 2 occasions only come to my mind, one of them being the one from SmackDown. Have you seen it more than twice?
It hasn't been like the one from last night. It'll be more so like he'll just get up there and they're kind of like tussling for a second and then he goes.
Sure.
So it's never like been as like bad as yesterday. But I feel like it's too risky. It's too risky, I think.
It's cool to see Andrade, you know, getting the spotlight though, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That match was a pretty good match.
That was really good.
Andrade's awesome.
He is.
Andrade's awesome. He definitely deserves to be a champion in some capacity. They're treating him a lot better than how they did when in his first run in WWE. I watched a clip the other day of Johnson hitting him with the lightning fist.
Oh my God!
On an episode of SmackDown. Good God! But now he's having some serious matches for the US title, and people are caring about it. And I think the next program for LA Knight is going to be the guy that's going to beat Andrade in the eventual best of 7 series. It's going to conclude soon because Carmelo Hayes and Andrade backstage after Andrade lost. Go ahead. You want to talk about it?
Dude, they whooped each other's ass. That was like one of the best like backstage fights I've ever seen.
It was real. That shit was real. Yes, sir.
They were fucking scrapping, dude.
Melo goes, put the fries in the bag, bro. he said, you're washed.
That man been on Twitter.
Yeah, no, right. That's tough. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to have 2 more matches, one of which the next one Carmelo Hayes is going to win, and then they're going to do the best of the 7th one. It's 3-3. I want to see them do it at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, same. I would love for it to be at Bad Blood. It makes the most sense. Like finish the series at a pay-per-view named Bad Blood. They hate each other.
If they do one on SmackDown and then they're like, nah, like we're 3-3, run it back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Dude, you know what they're gonna do? Melo's gonna win. Yeah. It's gonna be tied. And then they're gonna have their 7th match, right?
Oh no.
And then it's gonna end in a draw. Then they're gonna be like the bar.
Is that what happened? It ended in a draw?
I think it ended in a draw.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it ended in a draw. Someone came out and was like, tag team.
That's a bad way to end a best of 7 series.
And then Cesaro and Sheamus were having a great best of 7 too.
Yeah, they were. Especially the last match, I think. From what I can remember. But no, I think Carmelo comes out of that whole feud the victor, and then he faces, because he needs it, and he's going to face LA Knight for the title. That match will also be good. I think LA Knight will win that, but man, Carmelo Hayes needs a title. He doesn't need a title, but I want him to have one.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Dude, and I feel like, honestly, even though it hasn't been like on the level of like Roman and Cody or Drew and Punk, this has been one of my favorite feuds of the year so far. Just from pure match quality. Like they have had nothing but bangers, dude. And I want to real quick, the awkward part that I wanted to talk about from Andrade and LA Knight was the handshake at the end.
What was that?
I don't know. Like was LA Knight trying to just like lil bro him?
I don't know. Maybe they had like some kind of like disagreement or something like in the ring, or LA Knight was a little angry or something, and Andrade, held up the hands. Maybe it's just like a pride thing, like the character of LA Knight holding out the fist, and Andrade's like, he went for the handshake because, I'm not gonna fist bump, but neither of their egos, like legit egos, like in real life, could like let just the other one concede that. So they just had that really awkward moment. Yeah, that was weird.
Because something I've learned a little bit in wrestling school is like protecting your character, right? Like if someone pins you and they put like their foot on your chest to pin you, most people are gonna kick out at 1 just because don't pin me like that. Like that's not how you pin somebody to like win a match, like in kayfabe. Like no one's losing like that, right? But like I feel like in that sense, LA Knight was. He's not in character. He's not a people person for real. Like he does not like people. So like I feel like Andrade even tried to like give him a handshake at the beginning of the match, and LA Knight like looked at it, didn't want to do it, and then went like that instead of just a shake of the hand. Sure. So I feel like that was the character and a little bit of LA Knight's actual ego.
Oh, so you think maybe it was like intentional? Like that was like a thing that they were like, we're gonna do?
No. I think Andrade actually wanted to shake his hand. In the beginning and in the end. And I think LA Knight was just trying to protect his character and he's not going to shake your hand. Like, when have you ever seen LA Knight really shake somebody's hand for real? So I feel like he stuck out the fist bump. Maybe Andrade should have just fist bumped him and kept it moving, or maybe LA Knight should have just shook his hand anyway. I don't think it would have hurt his character. I don't think anybody would have been like, "Oh my God, LA Knight, why'd you shake his hand?" It was just an awkward moment that could have been avoided.
When he teamed with Cena tried to raise his hand, right? And LA Knight was like, "Nah, give me that shit," or whatever.
You know what? I don't remember exactly what happened, but that was the example I was thinking in my head. I remember LA Knight having something with Cena. It was a little awkward. I just don't remember exactly what happened.
Sure, okay. That was definitely weird.
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
I saw people getting like really upset about LA Knight for that, and I don't think it's that deep.
It's not that deep.
Yeah,
wrestlers have egos. Fucking shocker. Since I've joined VYBE, I've learned that most wrestlers are not fun.
Yeah, most wrestlers have egos, and like some are justified, some are not. Most are not.
Sure.
It's theater. Like, wrestling is theater. I don't really feel like in most cases egos should be left at the door.
Yeah.
Unless you pin me with 1 foot, I'm gonna kick out at one as well.
Fair. I will say all the people that we met at community days and stuff like that for the 2K events, they've been cool.
Yeah. Fortunately, almost every wrestler that I've met has been incredibly nice.
Yeah,
No egos
same.
for real.
I can't even think of same. The only one that like was like a dick was Grayson Waller, but that's like
he's in character.
That was he was in character, so that was
because even in character he was so nice.
Grayson Waller. Even when the cameras were off, he's not gonna fucking ever admit to it. I mean, he doesn't even know who me and Aaron are probably anymore. But he was like, "Yeah, all right, guys, legends. Thank you so much."
Yeah, dude.
A little softy. That's
a little
Waller.
softy.
Yeah, have you ever met a WWE guy that was like an asshole? We're shooting today, brother.
No, not really.
Okay.
I feel like the only wrestler that was an ass was Sasha. But I've learned to just give her the benefit of the doubt because she any factor could have come into play. And from other creators that I've talked to, they said they had a great experience with Sasha. So I was like, maybe she just had a bad day when I met her. But she was kind of an ass that day.
I'll never forget. And I've told you this story before. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. I was in the crowd for this. Asuka versus Ember Moon. And Charlotte, Sasha, and it was either Becky or Bayley. It was one of them. I don't remember. But let's just say Becky for the sake of the argument. They were in the crowd. And when they were leaving afterwards, Charlotte and Becky gave everybody high fives. Everybody stuck their hand out. Not Sasha. She kept it herself. And okay, she seems like she doesn't like fans too much. And I get it, because sometimes they'll harass you at airports or they'll show up at your hotel. That's a problem. But when you were at a wrestling show, on a show that you used to wrestle on, and you're in the crowd as a highlighted person, and you're just simply leaving, and the fans just want a high five from you, and you are a baby face. Just, you know what I mean?
You can wash a hand after if it's that deep.
You can wash your hand after. You know how many hands of fans that I've touched? I didn't want to touch all of them. I didn't want to touch all of them. No, dude, listen.
Baby face over here.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Final Chief loves no one.
If there's any wrestler that has an ego, I would say it's Sasha for sure. Like, there's even been some interviews where she's not necessarily wrong. Like, she's very confident in herself, which there is nothing wrong with that. But I think there's a little bit of arrogance to it when you can be confident but not arrogant. You know what I mean?
I think if you know her, she's probably nice. Her and Bayley have a really good relationship.
Yeah, and Bayley seems like a great person, honestly.
So it's just, she don't like marks.
Yeah, I feel like from other people that I've known that have had an interaction with Sasha, it seems like if you're in an environment where you're working, she's a saint. Like, people love her. But if you a fan, she don't like you. Allegedly.
It's fair, because a lot of fans can be bad.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the good fans got to be shunned out. You know what I mean? We've met a couple. I mean, have you ever met a fan that you did not like? You could be honest. We don't have to.
Yes.
We don't have to talk about the story.
Yes.
And no, for sure, because I think I might have been there with you for a couple.
Oh yeah, yes you were. Yes,
Are
you
we talking
were.
about the same one?
Oh yeah, it was just me and you.
Sure. Okay.
And I'll unless you're just really rude, I won't be a dick. Right. Even if you're pissing me off a little bit, I'm just gonna keep the peace for real. That's just me. But he was a little bit of an ass.
No, yeah, and that's just gonna happen. So I can understand, from that aspect. But we can separate it.
Yeah.
I think obviously she's more famous than us,
Of course.
But I think you can weed out the good ones from the bad. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People meet new people all the time. I'll go outside right now and I'll meet somebody new. You know what I mean? But
fortunately, it's been more positive experiences than negative.
right. No, facts. I'm not saying, yeah, we love you guys, by the way. Most of you. But so from that aspect, I can understand it. But yeah, that's Twitter's gonna love this one, by the way. Twitter's gonna love the Sasha Banks discourse.
Well, I like Sasha.
Hey, what do you think of her finisher?
What is her finisher?
The money maker, where she puts him on her back and spins him over.
I need to see it. Hold on.
It's like some of them are okay. I'm not gonna lie. So when I did a video recently where I was looking at the worst finishers ever, and a lot of people had suggested that one, and I remember seeing a lot of bad ones. Like if you saw the one that happened on Britt Baker or Hikaru Shida from like Dynamite, that they were not the greatest. But the move can be good because she's hit a couple of good ones.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 move for real. Like, because I just seen like one that was really bad, but I also saw one that had a really cool setup and it looked pretty clean. I think the setup can take a little long.
I hate complicated finishers.
Yeah. I think the best finishers are the ones that are just like running finishers or just something really quick. Like an RKO, of course, Daniel Bryan running knee, Claymore kick, spear. Those are some of the best.
But sometimes, like you go up to the top rope or you do like a fireman's carry, stuff like that. That'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those take time to build anticipation for the move happening. But like Karen Cross's old finisher, for example, when it's just like you're doing shit for no reason, like you can get the same impact doing something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Karen Cross's finisher might be one of the worst finishers I've ever seen. Like, the impact of it is cool, but it's just the setup that makes it one of the worst. It just takes too fucking long.
I saw a finisher the other day. It's from Sonya Deville, where I think she only did it one time, but it looked like she DDT'd herself.
Oh, no.
Like, it literally looks like Naomi reversed Sonya's move into a DDT, but that was Sonya's finish.
Oh, my God.
It was like, I got to show it to you after.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway, the last thing on SmackDown, Bayley and Naomi, and I forgot this was a thing because whoever lost had to leave SmackDown. Why even make it a stipulation? Because they both just pinned Nia, and that's it. So now next week we're gonna have Bayley versus Naomi, where the winner faces Nia Jax for the Women's Championship of Bad Blood. I can't imagine that this wouldn't just be a triple threat match.
Yeah, I hope it's a triple threat. I feel like that'd be the best way to go about it. I'm like kind of with you on like why have the stipulation in the first place, but in a way it did make me actually like, care about the match. Like when it was on, I'm like, okay, I actually want to see if someone loses. So they got me a little bit. I did like the ending though, that they both pinned Nia. I thought that was pretty cool, and at the same time, it protects Nia as a champion too. Sure. I do like that Bayley and Naomi hit a 1D on Tiffany Stratton.
I hated it. that was the worst thing about the night for me, personally.
Dude, like I like the way Michael Cole and Corey like sold it on commentary. Plus, like when I saw it, I reacted just like them. I was like, "Is that a fucking 1D?" I was like, "What the hell is going on right now?" Shout out Jimmy.
Right. The bloodline is alive and well with Naomi.
Imagine if Naomi would have did that when the original bloodline was together. The speculation would have been crazy.
They should have added a female into the bloodline, I think.
I agree.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Because then you run every division. And you've got two women. Technically, there was three at the time. Because Tamina was there. Where you could have had one of them just kind of be your female enforcer. That would have been cool. But
yeah, I would have taken that.
Right.
Little honorary ooze.
Whatever.
Little honorary ooze. She in by marriage.
We marry, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Most devastating finisher of all time, too. From Naomi.
Never mind.
Excuse me?
Nothing?
What happened?
Nothing.
I'll never forget with Money in the Bank when she did the little split thing on the ladder. You can even hear it in your vlog. This is something you would thought I would have said, but Brandon goes, yes.
God is good.
God is good.
I think that's it for the week of wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Is there anything that you want to talk about from this week that we didn't discuss?
Roxanne Perez and CM Punk. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, on NXT, yeah.
She goes, listen, I should have been a Drew McIntyre fan.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think Roxanne is like one of the best champions in WWE right now. I think she's been doing a fantastic job with the character that she has.
I've been loving her mic work.
Absolutely. And
CM Punk is going to be the special guest referee for Trick and Ethan Page.
That is right. That is right. You know who signed? Who hosted that contract signing?
Wasn't it Tyrese?
It was Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was random, but I always take it out because he's a big fan of wrestling.
That's your key to getting into NXT right there, brother.
Hey, come on now.
Listen, because he follows you, right? You guys are kind of cool-ish.
Yeah, we almost collabed at one point, but
he's like a Viber, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he does watch Vibe.
Or at least he used to be.
Yeah, from what I know, he watched Vibe for a long time.
You know, I haven't put in a good word for you.
You know, NBA All-Star.
Right, you know, hey, H. I got a guy for you. Huh?
No, wait. I almost forgot. Did you see that? Sexy Red is coming back. Oh!
I mean, you know, she didn't do anything anytime she was there, so I mean, cool.
She's gonna be shaking ass with Shawn Michaels again.
What do you think of Sexy Red? All right, well, thank you for watching. Is there anything you want to say? Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about?
There is one thing. I'm very excited for Javon Evans versus Randy Orton.
Oh, my God.
That shit is going to cook.
Javon's so cool.
He is.
I'll never forget when we were in Canada, and he, like, walked up to us on the street. I think he recognized you for the most part, but he was so cool. Please follow me back on. I'm the only Vibe guy Javon Evans don't follow on social media. I'm calling him out.
Call him out.
I'm calling him out. No, but I'm so excited for that match as well. Javon is... he's awesome. He's probably my favorite guy to watch in NXT right now. Yeah, I think that RKO that is eventually going to happen is going to be sensational.
And they both have a cutter as a finisher.
Dude, if Javon hits Randy with a cutter, that springboard shit where he gets like all the way up there. Oh,
I cannot wait for that match, bro. Cutter versus cutter. That's why I'm intrigued, besides them both being amazing. But I want to see the RKO out of nowhere because Javon Evans is incredibly athletic. So they're going to do some crazy shit for that RKO, I think. I don't know what, but I'm here for it.
Dude, wrestling's so good again.
It is.
We had to go through the trenches for so long, but I think it feels a lot better now. If I started watching wrestling now, I think I'd be like, okay, this is cool. But me growing up with shit for 15 years and having what we have now, this is my favorite period of wrestling ever.
Dude, it's so good again. And I'm just happy to see, like Brent said last week, so many of my friends who didn't really like watch it before, like I'll see their stories and they're posting about it, or like I'll like see that they're following WWE in some way, shape, or form. Like it's amazing to see. We back.
We're so back.
We so back.
We're so back. Yeah.
Jaren, where can they find you?
You can find me at Small Afro on YouTube. Hey, neither of us are gonna be here next week.
Family obligations.
Sorta, yeah. For you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're gonna have Brett and Aaron next week. You can find me at Small Afro on YouTube. I don't know why I mixed that up in there, but just want to let you guys know that we won't be here. And yeah, don't miss us too much.
Yeah, come on, give us some love.
Yeah, where can they find you, brother?
They can find me at BDE on YouTube. You can find me everywhere else over there. And since Brent is not here, I will do the honors.
Oh! You know, I've noticed that you don't actually put your mouth on it. I didn't know that that's what we did, because every time I've done it, about half of this has gone in my mouth.
You be sucking this thing?
I don't be sucking it, but I be holding it. It's like you know how Mormons, they can't have sex, so they'll do this thing called what's it fucking called? Soaking, where two people will sit there. And the one will sort of be inside the other, but the thrusting is the sin. So somebody will stand on the bed and start jumping so that the motion is happening, but it's an involuntary motion. So it's not actually having sex, but it's, you know, the same thing. So that was pretty much what I'm doing to this microphone, is soaking it in my mouth. We'll see you next week, everybody.